Skyrim is finally united after almost half a century of conflict, political maneuvering, and testing the brink of a civil war. A High King once more sits upon the throne. It took 3 moots, but in the end a deal was forged to unite East and West, where although the West gave up its claim, they managed to make a pact that effectively neutered the High King's power. The Flamehairs rule again, but their lands are not what they once were. The Reach Council and the heretical worship of Daedra in the West continue to grow in danger. To the east, House Whiterun is no longer hiding its intentions to wage war alongside their allies in Morrowind, and in Hammerfell, a great leader is quickly uniting an old empire. House Ingling of Whiterun continues to rule in their ancestral lands, growing large with the Treaty of Solitude and being named Chancellor of all of Skyrim. Jarl's father was once a king, but even without his title, his power has only grown. This is the 3rd installment of a roleplay game for Elder Kings, a mod for Crusader Kings 3. I hope you enjoy. We could play homage, I'm not going to. We also do now officially have an elective monarchy. We get to elect the heir, which is, I guess, the moots now properly represented in the game. We have 3 votes. Our voting strength is very high. Prince Olaf, who is the son of High King Havel, is doing very well. Grom actually has a lot of votes too. Grom's voting for himself, and so is Thor's. Grom is a well-known murderer, is the only thing. He murdered, it was his wife. It was one of his, I think, lovers. So he murdered his side hoe, if it essentially is what Grom has done. So we couldn't really support him in good faith.
Jarl Shova, it's good to see you.
King Havel, I see that you are now properly the leader of all of Skyrim. I see. It is good to have you in my hall. What can I do for you? What brings you all the way to Whiterun?
I've come to speak to you concerning, of course, I've named you to be my Chancellor and Chancellor of all of Skyrim. Your hold in your this Dragon's Reach is quite essential for such talks of peace, and you're a man who can undoubtedly fulfill the need of the gods.
Do you have anything planned in order to try and sate the long-standing issues within the realm, or anything I can do to assist us?
I think that we must have long talks with Jarl Torets, the Resentful. He has shown himself to be a man that could be dealt with, although before in his life he's shown himself to be a man that keeps old grudges. His
long-standing resentment, I thought, was dealt with when you two made a deal together in order to unite Skyrim.
Yes. As I said, it has been dealt with quite a long while, although I think that for peace we would need even greater relations between the East and the West.
Of course. I will begin a line of correspondence. I already communicate much with Jarl Thoris. We have spoken much in the past, and I will do my best to attempt to say things and bring together the realm. I'm sure he is a reasonable man, but a warrior first above all things, and it is hard to hear what he truly wishes to say in the manner in which he speaks, but I will attempt to see about that, of course. What is your plan for the situation in the Reach? That is growing increasingly concerning, given their worship of Hirsene and their bordering of my own lands. We've had no raids or anything of the sort, but it is certainly a worry for many.
I've been thinking about naming Jarl Torets of Jarlmarch as my marshal, and I will entrust with him to, I will act with him to perhaps prepare for a campaign. The Clanstead of Sunguard.
To secure that pass would be a very strategic move. At present, I have instructed the Battleborns in the south to prepare defenses along the mountain range there, but as I'm sure you are aware, strategically we do hold the low ground. We have constructed fortifications to block the pass and ensure that any traders or travelers going through there are obviously watched carefully.
I will speak with him. I will continue my travels throughout the realm.
Very well.
And speak with him.
We have a bit of a disrespect towards their family because they've acted without honor, but we obviously are all for the unification of Skyrim and stability, so we'll do what he says. We make as much money as the king himself, and a little bit more than the Pale, so yeah, Whiterun is very wealthy. Again, like I said at the beginning of this game, anyone who's played Skyrim itself doesn't properly show how strategically centered for trade Dragon's Reach and Whiterun is. Like, Whiterun is the central point in all of Skyrim. A healthy rivalry between meddlesome fighters is to be expected, but the growing discord between Narvilda and Jurgen is souring the mood at court. Narvilda is widely regarded as more skilled, but Jurgen clearly takes issue with the assertion. In the middle of an audience, the latter bursts into my throne room and clutching a sword hilt cries, "Narvilda! Only one of us can claim to be the Jarl's most skilled shield thane. Meet me outside and I will settle the question." We're gonna try and stop this. We're not the type to let this happen. We'll get them trading blades. That's the time of thing we do. We actually could pay for more stuff, frankly. Let's go ahead and upgrade our servants. Oh, we'll do many servants. We'll do stylish fashion. And we'll do spacious lodgings. Let's work on befriending Clydenhead Sorkvield. I'm sure he'll be pretty unhappy given that he was put back under our control. Valheim was the central point of the friction between us and the High King, the Flame Heirs. So we'll work to befriend him. Whenever I talk about Earded with my wife, High Lady Sigrid, she always grows distant. At first, I thought nothing of it. Now I'm starting to suspect that Sigrid is hiding something. She's definitely hiding something! Like the fact that she's got 5 lovers and none of our kids are ours. That's what she's hiding. I do not question the heritage of my daughter Earded lightly, but no, doubt is gnawing at my mind. All right, we are convinced, obviously, that she is like our children aren't ours, but we have no proof. So obviously, we're gonna try and see if we can find something out. We got another event. Whenever I talk about my son, she goes more distant. We're investigating both of our kids' heritage right now. What we need is someone to invent a magical 23andMe right now, so we can do a paternity test. We'll build a city in Hunting Brew. Our family rules there now. Linman Torg is in power. We got our daughter to marry into the family of a matrilineal marriage, so our family rules in the Hunting Brew region. So we're gonna build up our family's holdings there. Our frightful peasants. We fucking died? Fuck! Survar, no! I just spent all our money too. Oh no. Oh no. We're a child. We're 13. Jarl Igmund of Whiterun. He was such a fucking beast. God damn it. He may have been a cuck, but at least he was competent. You know, that's all I'm saying. All right. We're lazy, zealous, and greedy. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna be honest. We'll get trained a bit by our court mage a bit. Maybe we'll actually get some magic. What's he being trained in? In stewardship. We'll need to find a wife too. We've got no heir. At all. At all. We'll negotiate an alliance with our family member. We don't think we can get. We've lost our alliance with Falkreath, which is really unfortunate. So we're really zealous. In lieu of that, we really are going to want to go after the Reach, but we're lazy, so we don't really give a shit that much. And we're really greedy, so we're going to want lots of money. We're going to want lots of our own money. We're a really good warrior as well. We're very strong. We are a good steward, all things considered, but that's going to go into greed. And much like our grandfather and our great-grandfather, we are just so bad with intrigue, it's kind of hilarious. We have an inspiration. Someone wants to do an artistic inspiration. We don't have a ton of money, but we can afford it, so we'll go for that.
Jarl Siovar.
Hello there. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Keely of the Heartwood.
My father is dead. If you are speaking, if you wish to speak with him, he is long gone, I'm afraid. I am Igmund. Did you know my father?
No, but I heard of his legacy. He was a strong and benevolent man.
Ah, and you are? I apologize.
I am Clan Ed Keely of the Heartwood.
Keely.
I reside in the Reach. I'm sorry, not the Reach, the Rift.
What brings you to Whiterun?
Well, I've been traveling across all of Skyrim. As my father died, he passed away a few years ago. It's been my duty to uphold his relations, of which he had many, across the realm, and expand upon them.
I have not seen you in my father's court, but I was away. I was raised in Hjalmarsh myself when I was younger, so I'm still adjusting to the court here. Did you have any outstanding agreements or relationships with my father or the court here?
No. That's exactly what I wish to change. I didn't have much relations with anything Whiterun or west of it. Beautiful lands, and I wish to have as many excuses as possible to come visit.
I'm glad you enjoy the lands here. It is good for riding and for hunting and all other manner of things. I will have to take a trip to yours. I am sure they are likewise very beautiful. I hear that you have good meat in the Rift, and something I would certainly enjoy trying.
I understand that you supported. Actually, I don't believe I understand exactly who your father supported in the mending of.
As far as I'm
of the
aware,
High Kingdom.
I didn't actually know him very well. As I said, I was raised far away from here. The succession was an odd one, and frankly, I'm surprised to even be the Jarl. My understanding of things was that he did support Jarl Thoris, a man I was brought up with when I was younger.
It was only after the kingdoms unified that we learned that conditions were enforced upon our High King, which unfortunately paint him in a negative and weaker light. So conditions that Jarl Thoris enforced upon him were some to the effect of reduced taxes and a limit on crown authority that the crown could ever wield, essentially giving free autonomy to all Jarls under the High King. Essentially, it doesn't feel like we are ruled by an emperor or High King.
Perhaps. I, for one, though, know that in my own administration, now that I am of age and rule here in Whiterun, I do not wish for my taxation to be levied and given away to the king in Winterhold, for one. I think too much autonomy for the Jarls is certainly a bad thing, but I also know I don't want too much oversight from Windhelm here in Whiterun.
I don't worry about the protection of the realm from outside invaders. I know that there are many on the outside of Skyrim who ire some of our lands, specifically down the Rift. Perhaps you would, perhaps you don't feel these same pains or have these same problems being in the center of Skyrim, in your beautiful lands of Whiterun, but
we are definitely far away from the border, and that does give us a different look, I'm sure.
Well, I believe I must take my leave and begin further travels. It was wonderful to speak with you, and I look forward to visiting Whiterun in the future.
You as well. I will attempt to make my own trip to Heartwood when I am older. There are matters to attend to here, but I expect to be there one day. May Junal guide you. Hammerfell united, completely. Mostly, well, not entirely, but mostly. And they're big, they're strong. 12,000 soldiers just under the High King alone. Veteran is 9,000 now. All right, we have come of age. We are a thrifty clerk. That's not fantastic, but it'll work. We're no longer pensive. So we're lazy, we're zealous, we're greedy, we're a thrifty clerk, we're under the Lord birth sign as well. So we'll work on wealth because we're greedy. We're going to work to administer and make as much money as we possibly can out of our subjects and administer everything underneath our own control. It is high time for me to claim my status as full-fledged citizen of Skyrim. For generations, our ancestors have proven themselves worthy of this honor by testing their mettle against the ice race. As I am of age, I am of course expected to partake of this tradition. Doing so would involve traveling to the high peaks where the cold-loving ice race prosper and returning only once I have won my glory. It would be a great honor, but a dangerous endeavor. We're going to do it. We're zealous, so we will of course do it. Our patron will be Junal, like all of our family members. I have slain an entire pack of ice race. My status as a fully fledged citizen of Skyrim is fully claimed, and I have the respect of the true sons of the North. We have actually a tier 8 court now, damn. Linman Ralph and his wife approach cautiously, wary of the assembled court. My lord, I am sure someone in the hold is trying to harm my wife. I have no evidence but suspect Mayoress Birna, given her reputation for villainy comes to mind. We are lazy and greedy and zealous, so we also won't do anything without proper cause. As soon as it is turned to speak, the agitated man in front of me screams, "The end is nigh!" The signs are clear, and everyone, the people of the land of Waystone, know it all too well. Disorder, bandits, thieves, violence, and disappearance of justice among men. We can beat the shit out of him. We're gonna burn him. We're zealous, so we would definitely burn him to death. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me, gawking at the opulence of my throne room. Obviously distracted, I call her attention. I'm sorry, my lord. The village of Skulvdur has been hit by a blight this year. We lost not only our crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve without help. Surely you have the wealth to spare. We're greedy, so we'll do it, but we're going to make them work for free. So we're just going to get a bunch of cheap laborers. Oh my god, look at that beard. Hold on. Let's change this a little bit. Beautiful. All right, I can work with that. Now we don't look like a total dick. The latest work of my vassal, Alderman Tulvar, has become all the rage at court of late. The peace deals with success and growing greatness, and Tulvar has publicly dedicated it to me. Where other men speak silvered words, he leads soldiers in iron herds, that all shall tremble as he takes field, all fired fury and thundering wield. So far I kept my thoughts to myself. It's not very good, is it? But yeah, we're gonna make that very clear. While traveling across the steppe of the land of Skulvar, I find a makeshift looking stall by the side of the track. as I stop to look, a peasant by the name of Limdi jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small heart carvings she has on sale. I'll make them a hand, my lord. Each one takes me hours of work. We are greedy, so we're probably not going to buy one. We can destroy it for not paying taxes. Yeah, we definitely do that. So we're going to get rid of that stuff. Like a total fucking dick. Alright, we just gotta marry someone. We need kits at this point. Head of a warband. Astute intellectual, humble, generous, and sadistic. She's from a good noble family. We need a wife, we need an heir, so we're gonna get married. Okay, we're gonna go obviously for avaricious first. We're very greedy. With my marriage to High Lady Grig Garrett, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my rights to collect a royal aid duty as part of this. You know we're gonna collect that duty. We greedy as fuck, so we're gonna demand money for the ceremony. With the blessings of Dibella, I now declare Igmund and Greggerida to be newlyweds. The crowd cheered and made a line to congratulate both me and Greggerida in our new adventure. After that, the crowd started packing up and making plans for debauchery. For a great feast was given in honor of our newly placed arrows to the knee, as it was customary. Try and romance our wife. That's not gonna succeed. Holy shit. She dislikes greedy.
I hear there's a feast.
There is. This is my wedding celebration. Welcome, welcome.
Ah, I see. Well, congratulations. Well, Jarl, I must be transparent with you. I was already planning on traveling to Whiterun to speak with you on other matters when I heard word of the High King's request for your assistance to these matters. And since I was already on the way, I decided to bear that message. However, this message has made me too late to make you an offer, for marriage with one of my daughters. I understand that this is, unfortunately, your marriage ceremony, but I could not help but overhear rumors that your wife perhaps may not be best suited for your own interest.
How about tomorrow when the ceremony is done, we go on a hunt together in my lands. You bring your daughter. I obviously will not bring my wife, and this would be a good chance for us to not look too astray in such a manner.
Absolutely. All children of the Heartwoods are grown as hunters.
Perfect. I'll see you then. Drink well before, and I hope you have a good night. We will speak soon. We could divorce her. Alright, we're gonna divorce her. And then we will accept the proposal by Heartwood that we marry one of their daughters.
Jarl Egmont and I unfortunately have, for more matters of business to discuss. But this is actually business of our own. Of our family that you have now married into.
Well, certainly. What matter does this relate to?
Perhaps you may not know this history, as it is quite obscure, but myself, I was once married to the previous High King of Skyrim, and I've come to you as you are now a family member, and I would like to request that you would support my daughter's claim to the Kingdom of Skyrim, to be the protector of our lands.
What you are asking is not a simple thing, although there is certainly the moot to decide the King of Skyrim. It is assumed that, barring no reason, that the son or daughter or heir of the current king would be to inherit the flame heirs in this case.
I believe that the management of the realm by his father and personal actions by the son indicate that they are not strong enough leaders to be able to hold this realm together. The mere fact that they gave up the unification with under such harsh conditions is not well. And I could promise you also that this would be very beneficial for the kingdom or the Jarldom of Whiterun.
It is clear that you were guided by your faith and by the desire for a strong, united Skyrim. And as such, as I said, assuming no civil wars to happen, you have our vote, and I will then shift it.
Wonderful. I will now tell the other Jarls that it is time for us to shift our votes and to make our intentions clear.
We got the money. Let's go ahead and get our court even more nice. Exotic food, endless service, and grand lodging. So the court of Whiterun is now very impressive. We are building another city in Granite Hall, and we'll begin on another city in Moldering soon as well. We have an heir. With a babe cradled in her arms, High Lady Rigmore wipes tears from her cheeks and addresses me without taking her eyes off our son. My love, perhaps we shall name him Havel after our thoughtful liege.
Oh, there goes.
They have already surrendered, what?
Did they really?
Yes. I did not accept your surrender request. I just inform you that they surrender. I don't think many men will die in battle, but like from attrition, they have 1,000 supply limit everywhere.
We must administer it closely. High King, you have your forces all stacked together. I would advise that you break them up into smaller forces.
Quite.
They can simply hide in their mountain passes and let the snow defend them. But come spring, they will have nothing to hide behind. I'm gonna winter in Rorikstead and go south to Ravenhall when spring comes.
This is a representative of the Reach, and we told your envoy that we are going to come back with a counter-offer concerning the Duchy of the Thorn Root, and I believe the High King, or the High Queen, so my apologies, has already offered their surrender in this matter.
What High Queen?
The High Queen of the Reach.
She's not a High Queen.
By the gods, we've been left vulnerable on our east. The House of
Yes.
Red is attacking us.
I'm here to say that we have already offered our surrender.
We accept your surrender.
A wholesale peace between the Reach folk and the Nordic people. Once, the worship of the Daedric princes and the human sacrifices of the Reach folk are of the past.
We have no incentive to even do any measure of cooperation with such heathen savages until such time as you administer these changes. If you wish to take time, that is fine, but do not expect the people who believe in the true gods of the North to not take action against you.
Well, the Thorn Root, they were, funny, a thorn in our side as well. But
on that matter, High King, I assume
uh,
you will be granting those to me to give out to my vassals.
Of course, of course.
they were a conservative people who were against the proposed reforms.
Yeah, I called upon my Jarls to help me in this.
Yes, we have.
Well, they are busy in
Yeah,
the
he's
south. We
trapped.
can cut them off and then siege out the capital up in Whiterun.
I should.
Perhaps
I
in
think
Holy
the
Frost,
army-
we should find a place for our troops to meet together. If we walk in one by one, we will surely be slaughtered.
Here he comes, boys. Here comes the. Here come the elves.
My husband of the Hardwood, he holds. He commands the battle.
Oh, the battle's turning. Yes.
My ancestors are smiling upon me.
Where am
Darko.
I?
We've broken through the fort in Ban Malur.
She.
Her...
My husband has claimed victory over the Dark Elves.
But
They
will
started
be
to
soon.
move. They stopped. Yeah, his other armies are coming though. Be prepared.
They absolutely are.
Frankly,
Yep.
breaking the siege and foraying to fight them may be wise when I get there.
He might win that
Yeah,
battle
I know.
because
There we
defensive
go,
battle.
boys!
Yeah, he's gonna win.
And
man.
here comes more reinforcements. Oh, look at this. More reinforcements on their way.
I have
Lead, man. Lead,
We're
man,
here!
Go.
The armies of Whiterun have arrived!
Go!
Fight!
No prisoners.
Oh man, it's gonna take me a while. Oh
Disadvantage.
god.
We lost. We lost.
It's over.
I propose
Yes,
a
sir.
white piece. I think a white piece is fine.
Accept, I
here.
accept, I accept.
I think it's a time for white peace.
The Pale is actually pretty close, ironically. But yeah, we're the wealthiest, and we had the most armies in all of Skyrim right now. And that's with a fairly incompetent Jarl, too. This guy is not that great.